Okay.
Okay.
So, why don't you tell me who you are?
I'm Jackie Alder. I live in Hillsboro. And I moved to northern Orange County from Texas and had never farmed before. But I moved into like the hub of organic farming, and so I met a lot of farmer friends and neighbors and started volunteering on their farms. And that's how I got into farming.
When was that?
2013.
You're supposed to say that was.
Oh, that was. I came to North Carolina, Orange County in 2013 in the summer, kind of in the height of the season.
You seem very enthusiastic about it. Was it just like total fun or what?
I'm enthusiastic about gardening and plants and the dirt. And I'm into all of that green earth and take care of the earth and but that's not really why I got into farming. I didn't get into plants and farming because I wanted to save the earth. I got into it because I love it.
And then was it hard?
Farming is so fucking hard.
That's going in.
Yeah. I mean, that's part of why I loved it. Farming is so hard. I thought like, are farmers sadistic? Like, this doesn't make sense why people would want to do this. It is the most brutal, back-breaking work I have ever experienced. I mean, it is like a marathon every single day. And you can't get enough of it. It's weird. There's just something about working that hard and doing things. For me, it was doing that kind of manual labor, this kind of labor that I just didn't know I could do as a woman and as a worker. But my body is strong, and it got a lot stronger. And sometimes we wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning to go and, pack up the truck and get the food to market on time. And there's something about experiencing the land in the different times of the day that I normally wouldn't be outside, and in ways I just had never experienced it before. I mean, running your hands through the dirt to dig for potatoes is a lot of fun, and it's really hard. But you go home at night when you have pushed your body so hard and you are just exhausted and you're dirty and you kind of feel like a badass. You've got your boots on and you're covered in filth and you've got your farm knife on your hip, and it's just very satisfying to me.
Nice. What about, could you make it financially?
No, that's why I chose not to go into farming. I started out volunteering on farms, and then I was there so often they were like, well, I might as well hire you. And so I was working like depending on the season, but not full time, but about 3 to 5 days a week. And it was, farming is a business. It's such a business. You have to have a business mind. And you have to be efficient, and you have to be constantly thinking and constantly problem solving, and things break down, and it's a lot of work, and it's not just physical labor. You have to have a business mind, and you also know how to fix things because your tools break all the time. And for me, it was so much work that it took away the sacredness of just the plants and watching them grow and getting that kind of intimate relationship with plants that like gardeners can get or maybe homesteaders can get. And I decided that was not what I wanted. So I really respect farmers that can pull it off and do it.
So the people you were working with, are they still at it, or how's that?
Some of them are and some of them aren't.
Why is that?
The couple of people that I'm close to that I used to work for, one of them came from, I mean, she went to Harvard Business School. He went to, I don't know, some Ivy League school up north and had a nice career in California. And they started farming and did it for 2 years. And they were well respected farmers in Orange County. But they just got burnt out. And it just, they could make a lot more money working a lot less time. And my other farming friends, they both went into nursing for the same reason. They just wanted to work less and make more money. And they were just burnt out. And their bodies were falling apart. And
That's kind of why I'm wondering, why do people do it?
I know.
You know?
It's just like,
What about, did it change you in any ways at all?
oh yeah.
How did farming change you? Farming changed me.
Farming changed me. For me, mine is just such a personal experience how farming changed me. I was just insecure and feeling unsatisfied. And I have said before, I think the greatest thing I've done for my psyche is started farming. It just did something for my soul. I know that sounds so generic, but it gave me such an identity, and I just really respected it. And when you do something really hard that you're good at and you get gorgeous results, I mean, there is something about standing at market and handing someone a fresh bunch of carrots and being like, here, I picked these out of the ground yesterday for you and washed them. I mean, it's just so satisfying.
I love it.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. And it's because as hard as it is in those moments where you're just like, God damn, like, you just feel like you can't go on anymore, and you get a second wind or whatever. I mean, there's those moments, and there's those moments where you're behind and things haven't gone well this week, and you're late on harvesting, and you're trying to get everything done before the sun goes down. The sun's going down, you're trying to get as much done as you can, and you're standing up there, and it's late fall, and the sun is nearly set, and a flock of geese flies over you heading north, and you just stop in the middle of the farm in this light with maybe one or other two people on this vast space, and look up, and it's quiet, and you just silently hear the geese for about 3 minutes, and nobody says anything, and it's just magic. So it's like, sometimes it's hell, but it's worth it for those magical moments.
You can make me cry.
Oh,
It's
wow.
like, oh, it makes me want to be out there. Let's see, I'm trying to think of anything else to ask you. Is there anything, what about your social life? Could you maintain a social life while you worked, or was that your social life?
The farming community is very tight. I've been to so many farming parties.
Yeah.
Farming parties are the best parties. They're like, everybody, I mean, we're all talking about the same thing. It's usually in a beautiful setting. Everybody's brought, like, you know, their fresh leftover produce, and it just tastes good. And there's a huge bonfire, and there's music, people picking on their banjos, and it's just, farming people are just decent people. I mean, it's just wholesome. Not that farmers can't be assholes like everybody else, but the social connections in farming, I mean, all the farmers know each other in Orange County and 2 counties over, you know, everybody's just, they know each other, and they support each other, and you need a tool, and you drive your tractor, you know, 1.5 miles down the road and borrow an implement from your farming neighbor, and that's just how it is.
What about, so you have children, was farming conducive to raising children, or was it an easier job to have? Or like, how did that play in? Or harder, or whatever?
Yeah, I do. I have 4 kids, and I was lucky in that my husband wasn't farming, so he could take care of the kids when I was out in the field. But for partners that farm, I don't know how they do it. It seems like that would be a very difficult challenge to overcome, especially small children or being pregnant out there. It's just so hard on your body. I don't know how those mamas do it. But I was at a farm the other day picking up a kitten, and the farmers had just had their brand new 2-week-old baby, and he went out and strapped her to his chest and went out and fed the cows and did his work with a baby on his stomach. So I guess you just get it done.
I'll stop it.
All right.